lanes, I don't know. Lich just stands out as the obvious hero.
If they have like Lich, Tusk, Visage sounds incredibly strong. Like your pulses are gonna give you so many soul assumptions, but okay.
They decide they want more catch.
Yeah. So I guess versus like the Centaur, they don't want to be people just stampede walking away.
All right, so it provides more catch, but do you guys like it?
I mean, I enjoy watching it more than Lich.
Yeah,
well, you get both.
Like, yeah. Well, we get both.
I feel like Lich is, at least, you know, from what we've seen in this tournament, just the more stable pick there than picking Disruptor. So I'm not convinced on this.
I feel like Disruptor is a risky pick too, because it provides you catch, but one of the things we always talk about Disruptor is if you start getting ran at, the hero feels pretty weak. You want to be the ones on the aggression, and you're gonna get ran at some point with a PA and a Centaur. They're gonna, they're gonna pop Stampede and just collapse on you.
We even mentioned that yesterday when we saw the Disruptor locked in, and yeah, Lich definitely the proof is in the fact that we've seen it picked almost 40 times at the major.
And also, there's such a strong tri-lane now for Vici. Like Rubik, Lich, Centaur, it's insane.
The Disruptor, to me, says they're going to pick like one of those offlaners that just buys aura items, has no catch, like an Underlord type hero, or something to 5-man with the Visage, because Disruptor as a 5 provides catch that sometimes makes up for the fact your offlaner doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping our eye on that here. Whichever team does win this too, guys, going to be making it to the top 8, where it really starts to get nice and comfortable when you're looking at the points that you're going to be able to accrue.
And Vici Gaming got top 8 at the last major, so if you accumulate several top 8s at majors, that at some point will add up and probably get you to TI.
Yeah, consistent placement, definitely important, especially when we see teams like VP doing really well, because they're just going to be soaking up so many points on the top end. Like they're getting the king share of points major after major now.
Same with Secret.
Top 3.
It's 2 teams who were in the finals are now in the top 3 again. So this is just points being taken out of the system.
Which really you love if you're Vici Gaming, right? Yeah. You secure yourself a top 8, and then you say, yeah, boys, take the big points again.
How does it distribute to the 8th?
I want to say it's like 450 for 7th, 8th, then 900 for 5th, 6th.
I think you're right, yeah.
First place is like 5,000-ish or 4,900 or something.
Okay, so Beast again.
All right, they're going to get some more catch. Aura's 5-man push kind of thing. Similar idea where they want to play this fast tempo. Chaos, I think, have one of the shortest average game times of the tournament, partly because they're losing fast, but they're also winning fast.
Yeah, BKB piercing disable as well. Yep. Nice.
And then they need the HFN hero.
But I do see Beastmaster. I feel like I see it a lot versus Lich, and I always feel like I see Beastmaster like running away from Frost Shield and dying a lot of times, especially in laning phase. It's really a concern. And their lanes overall, for Chaos, don't look very strong. Like Disruptor and Visage. I mean, if they have the Visage in a tri-lane, but their tri-lane doesn't really look like it's going to be the strongest in comparison right now. Maybe just because tag team might be able to just make up for it with Grave Chill.
And you've got 2, ranged clickers to go with the tag team.
Might be enough, yeah.
I think tri-lane versus tri-lane, that's still, it's at least 50-50 between the 2 sides. Soul Assumption, that's the one scenario where Soul Assumption is actually good in the laning stages with a tri-lane. So.
Take out the Venge. So yeah, Vici's expecting a very fast push kind of coming out from Chaos when the Visage and Beastmaster. You kind of have to expect it. Quick pace game. They ban the Huskar every single game in that last ban.
Yeah, that's been all 3
every single time, yeah.
What is it about the Huskar that is such a threat? We've seen it in other drafts as well, being one of the later bans. I've heard Huskar talked about a lot.
Just don't want to, I don't know. It
changes the game a lot. It's just annoying. It can throw you off. It can just crush its lane, and then suddenly your mid hero is playing catch up for the rest of the game.
I mean, in this game it makes sense, right? Because it's like the Lich, so it's like Lich and Huskar is pretty ridiculous, but
Chaos running out of reserve time here. We're going to be seeing Shadow Fiend.
So Visage tri-lane, SF's going to be the mid. Maybe see that go back to that like Greaves SF build for these early mid-game pushes.
This one might be
Beastmaster Vlads, you get the Greaves on SF, the Helm of the Dominator Visage, and you just become this unstoppable 5-man unit. So Vici needs something to address the lane and then also just give them some way to come online early and deal with that push.
Pretty much just ask Ori what he wants to play against Shadow Fiend and what he feels fits this game, because they have Fade Bolt for deep push, they have Frost Shield for deep push and for defending towers. Team fight's pretty decent on Vici. But Chaos's group up is very, very threatening right now.
Could be a Tinker game just for the deep push. I mean, it's more deep push. They have some already, but I think Tinker just allows you to stall out the game and gives you better late game. Tinker versus Visage, you've got a lot of magic damage, even though the familiars can find you.
You agree with a Tinker here, Fog?
It's decent, just scared of the catch, because there's Disruptor, there's Beastmaster Hawk that can give you vision. They have vision aspects to kind of catch him is the only scare.
Okay. Vici going to be locking in their final hero here.
Getting an Ori hero.
This is one of those moments
man,
where,
I'm not too sure
yeah,
for Ori, because like, I feel like it would be like his Conquer or something most of the time. It's his Puck. Okay.
Yeah, all these
Just
heroes,
stick to his comfort.
Yeah, it's still rough because you're playing against the Disruptor, I think. And there's Roar, there's Disruptor, but like all the heroes I could think of going to be good are going to be like, oh, do you really want to play into Disruptor? But you can't be scared off of, I think, a comfort hero in a moment like this.
Yeah.
So Ori getting a little bit of comfort potentially, and you think that's a good factor. Okay, I can agree with that. But Puck, all in all, do you just like this hero into this lineup?
Static damage, and they're gonna build auras. He provides some deep push. Oh man, I don't know. I haven't seen Puck have the most success either.
Now looking at Vici Gaming's lineup all together, I keep hearing some of the same things. Are there any boxes that it doesn't check? Is it missing anything? Is this lineup deficient in any way, Gods?
It's got most of the things it needs. You know, you've got this big carry. They've only got one good scaling core with the PA. Like single core PA can sometimes feel a bit lackluster. But with that said, they're versing a team that's not going late game. So I think they took the right approach, which was get heroes that can come online as fast as possible. I don't think they have any like shortcomings, but the question is more is like, you know, is Puck really a good enough hero for a game like this? To me.
Especially with the stakes being what they are. We're all tied up 1-1. We're ready for the game. And folks, whoever does win this is going to secure top 8 at the CQ Major.
Top 8 at the Major, pride for their country's black. It's all come down to this. They won a best of 1 yesterday, Chaos. Let's see if they can do it again, because it's all come down to that. And you called the Puck. Do you like the pick? Is this really what, I mean, it's what Ori feels comfortable with?
I think Puck can beat the SF 1v1 early, like until level 4 or 5, then it gets a bit iffy. But easy rotations level 6. I think he has a lot of deep push to offer once he gets his Blink Dagger, and of course a very huge teamfight presence as well. Can make sure that the PA can actually hit people and they don't just run away. I think the lineup is really good together. Okay. You have Dream Call, you have Lich Ult, lots of good synergy there. Looking forward to that lineup, but of course Chaos a little bit on the timer here.
Yes. That is what it feels like a little bit. Obviously, as you get to those late games, PA can just crit somebody all the way to death. Does look like they're going to smoke up as 4 now for Chaos and try and get down those early wards. As the series is developed, is there any sort of main thing that you've seen translate across? Again, you think back towards like the very first game, and it felt like Vici just stomped. Game number 2, much more close. Any team coming into this feeling like they have the upper hand?
I think draft-wise, VG looks a bit better for me.
Okay.
And I think Chaos just lost the game 1 really badly because of the draft as well. Game 2, there was a very even draft and just completely outplayed VG. So I give a little bit of an edge to VG, but we'll see if Chaos can outplay them again or not. Because they have a huge early game timing with that Beastmaster Village combination.
And interestingly enough, this time around, it's going to be Chaos that have the Tusk. This hero that made the offlane so unbearable for Tavo.
It's gonna get scary. Once the PA gets like 2-3 items, they don't really have a good way to shut her down, and I think that's the scary part for Chaos. If it gets to that point, how do they deal with that PA? Can they even deal with that PA? And I think VG just has very good tools to stall for that.
Okay. Well, it's something we'll certainly watch for as the horn is gonna sound, and Mr. King RD gonna walk forward, try and secure himself the rune, and with Misery moving into position, the Centaur does have to back up, head back to the lane, trade off runes, 2 apiece.
2-2 split. PA against the Beastmaster. Most likely just going to free farm. Has the Lich securing him there. At the same time, though, the Village will obviously also free farm. Will have a very good item timing on her. Her, him, it. I don't know. What is it actually?
It's a bird. It's like a skeleton bird thing, right?
So it's an it, right?
Yeah, we'll call it an it.
Okay. So
Speaking
it
of
has
hits,
a huge item timing.
Yeah.
Oh, this Puck is already half health. Needs to be a bit careful here.
No way to phase shift any of this, taking the illusory orb early, and HFN going to be able to kind of dominate the CS after the fact, at least for the moment, and see if they can force him back, as there is going to be a courier sent out to the puck. Top lane, Tavo, yeah, battling it out, and well, Thunderstrike, this is one of the ways he can make it work, is he's going to end up taking a lot of damage there on that puck. But yeah, Tavo in this top lane, not as rough as it was before with the Metamorphosis TB and the Tusk.
Yeah, PA doesn't really have a lot of kill threat early on, needs a couple of levels for that. But CS-wise, obviously he's just going to free from here. Didn't miss a single one so far.
And actually, across the board, I thought that they were going to have a better time for the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. They are using a lot of the regen from the puck, but you can see that right now, SF just barely starting to catch up to the puck.
One lift could actually result in a death here for the SF. They lift him now? Don't want to lift him? Okay.
They're keeping it cool.
Yeah, they just want to preserve their cooldowns, I guess.
So yeah, it's down here in the bottom lane, Visage not having the best of time. You can sort of try and mess up the CS a little bit with Grave Chill against the Centaur, but that base damage advantage is always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And then, of course, also the Quelling Blade makes it even worse.
Yeah, I thought they would just try on bottom, actually, but as things are, Centaur is having a great lane, PA is having a great lane, and middle is like somewhat 5-5. So right now, a huge edge to VG. And Disruptor is still choosing to stay around mid lane.
Yeah. Has the DD rune, would love to be able to... I mean, if Fade steps too far forward, they're actually going to use the pullback in onto HFN, and now the turn to fight, they want to find this kill with the DD Disruptor. They might be able to get it, and it will happen. HFN drawing first blood, and, well, Ori can't stick around that much longer either, to be honest. It's still a lot of damage from Disruptor.
Well played by Misery, waited for the right time to come in.
Oh.
In trouble now, though. He's probably dead. 2 more hits, and...
Miss uphill. Oh, it's just barely enough to stay alive. That tango working.
Yep. De-warding the ward.
Easy peasy.
I should have given him a tango, man.
He will deny himself to the neutrals now. 24 seconds on the sideline. Weehaw will walk away, but this is showing the strength of the Centaur.
Yeah, they're retaliating, man. Plus 77 damage. Ow. Stop getting hit. Ow.
I mean, look at him go.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Like, they want to get hit. They're like, hit me. I want to self.
I mean, it does show one of the problems that you have in this lane. Like, tag team is all good and well, but you need to get level 6. It's completely different here for Visage. HFN salves as soon as that last right click comes through, as Tavo is also going to take a bit of a beating. And you can see that this is all coming together and coalescing for a Vici lead, at least in the CS.
Yeah, tiny lead so far. The scary part is just the PA, who's completely left unchecked so far. And,
Tavo.
As I said, he's like the... Oh, mid lane.
Going again onto Ori. They have the wall down, going to catch onto him, looking for the phase shift, but it was a good raise fake, and HFN able to take down Ori there.
Yep. Nice rotation by Misery again. Nice raise pumping by HFN as well. But yeah, the pressure point of the VG lineup is definitely the PA, and he's getting no pressure at all. Might even just get a free kill right now.
Yeah, and this has sort of been par for the course, it's felt like. It's actually DY that picks that one up with the Frost Shield. But nonetheless, it's a tough time right here for Tavo.
Yep. Kill is a kill. And yeah, this PA is getting a bit too much right now. Centaur also getting complete free farm. Visage only sitting at 9 CS. The 2 side lanes going terribly bad for the Chaos side.
Stomp there as well. The 2 points in tag team and the turnaround to try and hit Yang. KingR has actually not decided to take any more points in any abilities yet. He does actually level up the Snowball now. He had it at a 0-0-2 build.
Yeah, and that initiation was without any stacks and retaliate. Next time that happens, it's going to be a lot scarier.
Yeah, it's such a difficult proposition. Like, what do you do against this hero? If you punch him, you end up getting owned. If you don't punch him, then he just dominates the CS and punches you. Looks like Tavo here going to be able to pick up bounty runes. So Chaos getting 2 for the moment, although they will eventually pay with the life of this. Oh, no, okay. PA's able to get away.
Got a shrine. I mean, they saw the TP from the Rubik. They didn't want to pursue any further.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, the 5-minute mark, though, and it is the bounties going the way of Chaos, pretty much exclusively with the exception of Fade.
Yeah. I'm not so worried about the gold right now for Chaos. It's just the levels. Visage is only level 4 right now, and he can't really get close to any CS. And now he's even being left solo. Beastmaster sitting at 10 CS, Vici at 12. Both already level 4.
Didn't have a glimpse back up again. He did have a mango if he wanted to pop it for mana.
Yeah. Also interested to see what item build SF is going to go for. Is he going to go for the Grief 5-man push thing, or is he going to opt to go physical damage and try to combat the PA in mid-late game?
We have been seeing some of the phased drums. Could be that. Paparazzi pulled back in, got caught there in the wall, but with the blur evasion, they're still going to chase with the Thunderstrike, but only to put some pressure on as the rotation comes from Ori, and actually trying to turn now. They drop the coil onto Weeha. As you said, only level 4, and well, it looks like they don't have an answer. They just find 2 kills.
Yeah, actually at the time Pak TP was only level 5. There was a creep that died, he got him level 6.
Nice.
Yep, well played by him. Calculated. Oh yeah, you can see 1k gold lead already, 3 lanes, well 2 lanes going in favor of VG.
It just goes to show the strength that this hero still can bring to the table if you do overextend in this early stages. It's sort of like the Disruptor, where you feel like you forget about how strong that puck rotation can be.
Certainly. And no, the board doesn't add a retaliate charge. That would be ridiculous.
That would be the worst.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool way to harass him, though.
Yeah, SF is going for the drums phase build we mentioned. Just a quick, how do we call it? The Shadow Speeder.
The Shadow Speeder.
Yeah, running at like 500 MS when he activates both.
The max move maniac.
Yeah, but this Visage is just going to die again.
Dude, this is a problem. Look at this guy run on in there. And King RD, he doesn't have anything to sort of stop this here. We'll have shards, can maybe try and create a little separation if he needs to, but we'll walk away from the Lich.
Already treads up on the PA. It's looking rough. 2k gold lead.
Eerily similar to game number 1, where Vici just dominated the lanes and then proceeded to own the map.
Yeah. But this time they kind of brought it upon themselves. If they just tried and bottom, this Visage would have been in a very good spot. But the Disruptor chose to stay mid lane and help the SF instead.
On the plus side of this, you do have, what is this going to be, a quad stack almost of that medium camp for HFN to go and clear through? Does not connect on the stack, so.
The only issue I see is Visage is the early, like, space maker pace, like the early game pace for the Chaos side, and he's having the roughest of rough early games, and it's so hard to recover on a Visage when you're like this. You have to go from side lane to side lane, but you don't feel confident going to any side lane because you just get bullied everywhere. And yeah, you have your SF that has a great game, but the actual space maker doesn't. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Are they going to be able to contend with the pressure that comes from Vici pretty soon? Because that is still a Stampede initiation that can come out. They do have level 6 on Tavo, so this could be one of the saving graces. Literally bringing 5 heroes bottom right now.
Yeah, they'll have to make something happen. 3k behind already at this time. They see the Hawk scouting out the Centaur, but he's quite tanky.
It is a stack cleared through for Chaos. Yeah. Only a 2 stack.
They know they're 5-man bottom, though. They have to. They're not defending top. They're not defending middle. There's only one. Oh, actually, Visage TPing middle. He needs to get a level 6. I like that.
Yeah. He realizes I can't be a hero in this game if I don't get my birds up.
Yeah.
And still some potential to dive here. Lich is behind the tier 1 tower a little ways away, and Fade off in the trees. They're moving into position here. Tusk, they get the roar on to that Centaur. Now the chase for more, but the Stampede and everybody moving into position. They find the Hoof Stomp. The coil connects onto 2 of them as well. And now all of Chaos is stuck in a huge kerfuffle as Mr. King RD also going to be ran down. That was the epitome of disaster.
Completely prepared. It was a very obvious move by Chaos. And they just don't have the means to fight them at all right now. 4k gold advantage at 10 minutes is looking very rough for them. Visage is 5.5 now, at least. I mean, it's... Alright, let's look at how they come back into this game. So Visage needs level 6, then they need to...
You're trying.
I would say through team fights, but the team fights are actually not stronger than the Radiant side. So if you can't team fight, you can't go late game.
Right.
You're already pressured so much off the map. You have an early game lineup, you're 4k gold behind.
Yeah, it's
well, we'll
like
have to outplay a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Well, and they don't have those same type of heroes that are able to get tremendous split push going on. You need something like the Beastmaster of a Necro book, but he's still trying to build towards that Vlad's, and now Misery again going to be picked off. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it feels like Chaos right now need to make some big moves, and last time they tried to do that, they lost 3.
Vici is so efficient around the map, and they can afford to because the pick-off potential of the Chaos team is not too great right now. Do they have Disruptor ult yet? No, still level 4. Tusk still level 5. They need to get their ults up on the support and then make a team fight happen.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get back into this game.
And the scary part is that you're going to have a Rubik that can throw those back at you potentially, and also soon a Chain Frost online. So need to play around this lineup of Vici really effectively. Is Yang is down bottom, Beastmaster and Tusk in tow, and the smoke up now.
Yeah. Veil completed on the puck as well, so a lot of damage increase. And they're just going to find the Beastmaster.
Yeah, they know he's right here. They see it immediately, and chasing for Tavo. They have the Dream Coil used yet again. The strength of this puck, the ability to just keep the pressure going, and the hoof stomp followed up by the punch. DY gets the kill.
Yeah.
Easy as pie.
I mean, puck is just so good to make space for a hard carry like PA. Loving that pick. Already Demon Edge completed on the PA. We're looking at like a minute 15-ish Battle Fury. Very quick timing from his side.
Oh, they finally have level 6 on the Visage.
Yeah. Tusk still level 5, however. Disruptor level 5, trying to get level 6 on the top lane right now. And they cannot fight before they get all their ults.
Just look at that spread of hero levels on here. You're almost level 10 on all of the cores pretty much.
Yeah. HFN is pretty much the only one keeping up with the Radiant side.
And it does feel like he was the one that they were prioritizing.
I mean, it's going to be hard for him because it's just an SF, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he needs to get his BKB up, and even then PA can just shred through him.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an issue. I mean, you do have like some of those other team fight items that are going to come out. The Helm of the Dominator completed for the Visage. He's going to be going back for the medallion afterwards. The Snowball looking for Ori. He's going to find the Walrus Punch, maybe if they can get in range. But the Stampede just walking away, and Ori heading to the north is going to be able to escape.
And he's out of there.
Yes.
And I was going to say they have teamfight items like Flats on Beast, but he doesn't even have it yet. He's 600 gold away from it.
It's going to be there.
It is going to be there. Yeah. Disruptor level 6 now as well. I think it's a good time to smoke up, try to find at least a pick-off. They need to find a pick-off on this PA.
6,000 net worth in the hole, and they need to turn that back around now. But Paparazzi, well, he goes blurred up. I mean, they see that this PA is up here.
Yeah. But
it's Vici that are making the move. They're the ones that are remaining aggressive here. And HFN, he's going to get caught out in a second. They still don't have Stampede, but he's trying to retreat to the north. Guess what? That's where the rest of Vici is. They throw out the dagger, going to try and run him down, the roar to try and slow this down a bit more. HFN hides off in the trees. They have the Dream Coil trying to just walk his way out of there. And Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. Vici, no mercy at all.
Yeah, and there goes the most farmed hero on the Dire side. However, the Visage is split pushing bottom. Might be able to get the tower. Certainly is going to get the tower.
It's something.
There is something.
That's not enough right now.
PA Battlefield completed and 150 gold. Pre-15-minute Battlefield is insanely fast. And now the time starts ticking. The clock starts ticking.
Oh, Misery. He's set up here, level 6. Invisrune, this is... Oh, they walk through him, though. They might realize that there's somebody in the area. DY going to drop down the ward. They see him in the trees, and that should be the kill. Misery going to look for possibly just dropping down the Static Storm immediately onto Ori, and they do it as well as the wall. This is a nice opportunity for them, but they need to get the birds in position, and he's already dropped down the orb. He's able to jaunt away. Ori gets out.
It's just no damage follow-up. He was... they were still trying to kill the Lich at the time, with the Frost Shield delaying it quite a bit. Unfortunately, that was really a kill they needed. Well, now wait for the Disruptor ult cooldown to be back online, and then you just go and try to find another pickoff. That's the only thing you can do right now. There's no way they can fight 5v5 them. PA has Battle Fury up already, as we said.
The Centaur is about to go pick up his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and already completed the Vanguard before that. Once they hit the Crimson Guard timing on the Centaur, the Visage will be almost a non-factor, I would say. Like, the birds just don't deal any damage.
This is feeling like it's party time for Vici, who I think are probably kicking themselves after that game number 2 where you were mentioning it felt like they're just kind of making random moves around the map and getting punished for it.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking a lot more polished this time around, and
Yeah.
we can see that in the net worth as well.
I have a feeling ROTK might have said some words to him.
Yeah.
That guy talks pretty loud.
I mean, I can imagine what, but don't want to say it here on stream.
Fair enough.
It's not PG.
Blink Dagger done for the puck as well. Static Storm still 15 seconds away. The smoke up coming from Vici. Paparazzi could jump in the midst of all of this. They've already found the hoof stomp. Now the lift up onto the Tusk, the Roar, trying to counter initiate. They pull him in with the snowball. Not bad. And now the turnaround, though, the Stampede. They've still got them all caught there in the war. But where is the damage coming from Chaos? It's not there, and it's in spades for Vici. The only thing you can do is try and glimpse away that Centaur. This has gone from bad to worse to terrible. 9,000 net worth lead for Vici as they're going to head into the pit.
Roshan, this
Or
is where
not.
they have to make the, if they commit, this is where they have to make the comeback here.
Yeah.
They have an SF ult available, they have Disrupt ult available. They need to go in for the big play here. That's the only chance they have to come back into this game.
They just lost their bird in the pit as well. The cleave coming from Paparazzi killed it off, so gonna need to get Beastmaster's Hawk back up in a couple of seconds. Misery is there with the Static Storm. There's some opportunities. The Courier reveals his positioning possibly. Jump forward, hoof stomp, not quite on the mark, and now the Snowball saving himself, at least for the moment. Roar, which was stolen by Fate, and now the jump forward, they kill off Misery. Doesn't have buyback, so no Static Storm and Chaos. They have to save their SF. The Requiem does come out, and it is going to be able to find themselves at least one kill in a Paparazzi. And Yang also might end up going down here, so Chaos, have they been able to do it? The shards connect onto Ori. He used his illusory orb a second ago, but he gets the blink out, so he's still alive. But now they can walk into the pit.
Yeah, super well played by the SF. He completely destroyed the PA with the first Requiem, then he died and the passive Requiem killed the PA.
And suddenly, it's an 8,000 gold lead, but you have damage in the Roche pit. That's illusory orb already used. They're buying back on the center. They want to get him into this fight. He does have no Stampede, 10 seconds away. The Snowball, they jump in, they find the stun. It's going to be there. And now the follow-up, they're able to take down Ori. Vici, what have you done? They've already lost one. They're going to lose two. And maybe shards afterwards. Can they catch the Centaur? It doesn't look like it. But huge plays from Chaos.
Again, Chaos is outplaying them so hard from being so far behind. Right now, if you're VG, take a breather, calm down. You're still very far ahead. Just get the items up on the PA and slow the game down. There's no need to do whatever you're just doing. Just chill.
And I think that, again, part of the strength of this also is that vision you get from the Beastmaster, making sure you can see in the pit, know that Roche is going on, and then contest that moment.
I mean, going for that Roche by VG was really ambitious. Even though they're really far ahead, they don't have any survivability items on the PA yet. He's going Battle Fury into Desolator. Well, no, actually, he's changed it up. He's going to BKB now. I liked it a lot.
That's the play.
Yeah. You don't need to go Desolator. You don't need the damage. You need the survivability. If he can jump on the SF with the BKB on, it's going to be very tough for Chaos to kill him.
So with this Aegis now for Chaos, are you in a position where you can start making moves around the map, or do they need to just try and sort of get into that next set of items before themselves?
I think they can still fight until the PA gets BKB, and after that they need to be able to find pickoffs instead, because 5v5 versus this PA is going to be incredibly hard at that point. So they still have about a minute to force a team fight.
Okay.
Plenty of time. 2 tier 1 towers up where they could potentially do it.
And it looks like they're going to be going towards the mid. And again, this Beastmaster vision already sending the Hawk back behind the tower.
Yep.
If you catch sight of somebody afterwards, a glimpse, it's easy to get.
BKB up on SF as well. They have nothing that pierces it, other than the PA, of course.
Ori just going to try and push out the other side lanes, make whatever space he possibly can. PA is also rotating up there towards the top side.
And now suddenly VG from like a very dominant position. They're very scared around the map. They might not even know how far ahead they actually are in the game.
Yeah.
Because of how they just got demolished in the mid-fight.
Something important to keep in mind is that we have this sort of God's eye view of everything, but they're stuck here in this position where they just lost a fight pretty dramatically. And yeah, Blink Dagger, they're still close to the Crimson Guards for the Centaur. Keep in mind that he bought back in that last fight.
Yeah. I'm curious about the talent decision of the PA, going for the cleave, not for the armor corruption. We've seen it a couple of times now.
Yeah, it was Nisha that did it yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, bringing it up to 90% cleave in total. Of course, very good once you get a triple dagger.
Oh, and Chaos. Don't look now. They're thinking about making something happen. They've still got 2 minutes on this Aegis.
This is super risky. The PA has a BKB now, and the SF might just get blown up.
Danger zone. Need to be careful.
Yep.
This is the Centaur still far away. Puck also in the area. They haven't revealed that BKB as of yet. And now the jump forward. They're not going in yet.
It's a strong time. They have a Crimson Guard on the Centaur as well. They have to be so careful. Oh.
Jump forward, hoof stomp onto 2. The Clave, it's going to be there onto both of them. But the roar to interrupt, that might be enough to try and slow them down. HFN pops out the Requiem, does nothing at all. Trying to run. The slowdown comes from Paparazzi, though, is able to back away. They need some type of control for this PA. Able to dodge away into the trees. That keeps them alive yet again. But so far, so good for Vici as they've already killed off 3 of the heroes, which includes the Aegis. The TP out from Tavo does look like he's going to be able to escape. But I think you said it best when you said risky. That was tough.
They had 2 huge item times. They had the Crimson Guard. They had the BKB on the PA. I mean, we said maybe VG doesn't know how far ahead they are. Maybe Chaos didn't know how far behind they actually were. Because this high ground push against the Lich armor, as well as the Rubik, is so incredibly risky. And we see here why.
I mean, you can understand the desire to try and make something happen with that Aegis, but you just get punished heavily.
Certainly, but if you're that far behind, you have to play it a bit slower. You get all the outer towers first, and you kind of try to contain the enemy rather than just full-on fight them. Because right now, they're in no position to actually 5 versus 5 them.
Yeah. I mean, again, the reveals of those big items, and it does make you wonder what would have happened if they would have gone a couple seconds earlier, but still scary stuff. The Tusk revealed there, and the dagger, the coil, doesn't have anywhere to go. He's just dead.
And down you go. Misery also in trouble.
The glimpse away, revealing his position, and now he's just dead. And just like that, Vici take 2 kills, and are going to control the map, control the jungle, control the game.
Yeah. I mean, VG is, like, they're not scared at all about going to a late game. So they can just take it slow, just take the tower 1 by 1, contain the enemy, get a 30k net worth lead if you want to, and just win the game slowly. They're in no rush.
And they're pinging out in the area right now that this is where Chaos is playing, and you see PA go up to the top lane to try and control this jungle again.
Yeah, going back for the Deso now as well, just to crank out the damage.
So you said that once this fails, you need to basically go for pickoffs for Chaos. Is that the way they play it now?
It's the only thing they can do with the Beastmaster Roar as well as the Disruptor ult. Not on the PA. The only, I mean, they can kill anyone but the PA, I would say. Centaur is also a very rough kill, preferably the Puck, but obviously it's a Puck, so.
That's not easy either.
It's not the easiest target either.
The other problem is that if any of these heroes get jumped on, if they don't have perfect control, you've got the Centaur that can stampede them away.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue for Chaos is they drafted a 5-man early game lineup, but they got completely demolished in the early game, and their lineup is not suited for this kind of scenario.
Yeah.
So they will have to wiggle around a bit and try to find anything, honestly, on this at this point.
Again, elimination matchup. In the major, these teams would love to get top 8, getting the DPC points, and
certainly
starting to feel like, at least for Chaos, they're going to need something big to pull that out.
PA just finished the Desu as well, flying out on the courier. They're probably going to wait that before they want to initiate. And Chaos cannot 5 versus 5 them right now. They will just take all outer towers on the VG side. They will have to look to split push with the Beastmaster. They have Necronomicons. They could get some trades. They need to get trades for sure.
Yeah.
And just try to avoid them as much as you can.
I like this decision also to just keep that bird up there on the shrine in the bottom jungle. TP 1 or 2 back. Ori's going to deal with it. But if there's any rotations, you can either go for the kill or if there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I would like to see the Puck go for... Oh, he just did it. He just went for travels.
Look at you go.
Good guy.
Uh-oh. HFN. He's getting jumped on. They have the Stampede to chase him down. Going to need the Roar to save his life. And now Requiem going to get thrown out. But do they have any way to control him at all? They jump forward, want to find the kill. But Paparazzi gone crazy. The BKB is already out. He wants to get the crit. It's not quite there. That crits, that's dead.
Yep.
But no such luck.
He went a bit crazy there on Paparazzi. I think if he actually BKB'd there earlier, they would have gotten the kill. But
they're still chasing this one. They use the coil now. Lift up. Tusk dead yet again. No buyback for him. They kill off the Disruptor as well. And Vici only slowed down by the stuns from the familiars. And
yeah. I'm not sure why Chaos thought they're in a position to fight. The biggest damage here, the SF, was not in the fight at all. He was in the fountain healing.
I mean, I think that it's always that desire to make something happen with like a Disruptor glimpse back onto 1, but Vici can just turn his 5.
Yeah. And they're going to get 3 bounty runes on VG here.
Yeah.
It just, you can see in these fights, they rot the PA without a BKB, the damage is just not there.
Yeah. And you know, the SF having to run away to use his BKB never feels good at all.
Yeah. But I spoke about this before. Like, he uses BKB, but this PA just shreds him through it.
Yeah.
He has so much raw physical DPS right now.
They need more of the survivability items for sure. And, well, the hoof stomp, it's going to connect onto 2 of these heroes. The resummon, it's not going to be enough. He's just gone.
Yep.
1,200 crits. Paparazzi is a monster. They do kill off Ori.
Yeah.
A rare flub from the mid player.
Blink Dagger on Centaur, I mean on Beast, anything? Ah, Blink Dagger on Tusk. That's how they got him.
Okay.
But they're just knocking on the door. BKB available for the PA.
30 seconds with no Visage.
13 retaliates, Dex. This tower's gonna take a lot of damage.
HFN. Look at him. Gets the punches.
So much damage, 150 per hit.
That hero is insane.
Yeah. Triple dagger now online as well. Now, Regis is waiting for the next Roche, Aegis cheese, and try to end the game. And that's where Chaos will have to strike. They can't give them the Roshan or the game will just end.
And Vici is in a position to just sort of barrel down a lane. They find the hoof stomp, the snowball save onto 2. The static storm is down, but I don't think this is good enough. Paparazzi does not give a damn. He has the BKB. Look at these cleaves. Look at the crits. Look at the kill for HFN if they can find him, but they're going to buy back on the Tusk. That slows down the pressure. Yang is under tier 4 towers. He get a good bit of damage, but now the triple dagger yet again. Keep your eyes on Paparazzi, or maybe just the hoof stomp coming out, and a triple kill already. Can he find more? Focusing down the Visage now. He wants the Ultra. Give this man a little bit more here as well. Another blink strike after the snowball is going to come in a second, and I don't think King R is long for this world. Rampage stolen, but it's all good because there's another target to go after afterwards. HFN is god, beyond godlike for Paparazzi, and GG is Vici. Knockout Chaos.
He stole the Rampage, man.
Unbelievable.
Well, there's not much to say about this game. VG had the superior draft, in my opinion. Just more options overall, and I mean, just all-around solo play. 1, 2 out of 3 lanes.
Definitely.
I think Chaos made like a big blunder in the early game, sending the Disruptor middle and not prioritizing the Visage, who is the space maker for the team.
Definitely.
And yeah, I mean, if you give VG a lead like that, they'll just capitalize on it.
14, 1, and 11. It's not bad.
It is certainly not bad, yeah. Some might say it's quite good.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. Well, that means that it is going to be our next team eliminated. Chaos is going to be out, but that means Vici move on in the top 8. And we still have more best of 3s that are going to continue on today. You excited for them?
Oh yeah, I think we have got a couple of really good matches coming up. But, you know, has been an event of upsets so far. So we'll see whether it's going to continue to be the story of the event or not.
Absolutely. Upsets or not, that's going to be the question. We'll see you guys in a few for more from the next series, but now back to Rich in the panel.